Hello everyone, my name is Glaeser. I'm a goalkeeper on the men's soccer team. A little bit about my story. I was an Army brat growing up. Both my parents graduated from West Point, and so I guess you could say I moved around a little bit more than your average kid. I was actually born in Missouri, moved to Minnesota, moved to Kansas, moved back to Missouri, and ended up in a small town called Walla Walla, located in the southeast corner of Washington State. My mom played soccer in her youth, and she played soccer through college, and she kind of got me involved in the sport as soon as she could. I think the first time I played, I was 3 years old, and I was playing for a small town organization called Happy Feet up in Minnesota. I loved the game, at least what I can remember from that age, and I continued to play as much as I could wherever we went. When we ended up in Walla Walla, I quickly learned that soccer opportunities were pretty limited. Walla Walla is famous for its wine and its onions, but outside of that, soccer is not too high on the priority list. Soccer is one of those sports, probably like many others, that really the only way to get exposure into the college level is through playing through elite club teams and academy teams. And for me, that meant a 5-hour commute every Wednesday and most weekends for almost my entire high school career. Fortunately, I had a great support system, and my family and youth coaches were able to work the system out. Unfortunately for me, even though I was able to work into some of those elite clubs in the Seattle area, I was still kind of known as the small town kid from Walla Walla with below average height. Being a goalkeeper, obviously size is important. The taller you are, the lengthier you are, the bigger saves you can make. And I was told repeatedly as a young kid that I didn't have the size to play at the Division I level. I took that with a grain of salt and did my best to prove those people wrong. I graduated high school in 2011 and was lucky enough to be recruited to play at Oregon State University. That's where I began my career. I redshirted my first year, and I didn't play much my second year. And when I went into college, I had a goal to play. I wanted to play soccer in college. And after 2 years at Oregon State, I realized that the opportunities there were probably pretty limited. So I made a tough decision to kind of look elsewhere and transfer schools. When I had the initial conversation with my coach at Oregon State, Steve Simmons, he actually recommended Oregon State. He recommended NIU. He supported my decision full-heartedly, and he said, "Hey, Andrew, have you ever heard of NIU?" And to be honest, no, I had not heard of NIU. Being from the West Coast for my recruiting process in high school, most of the schools I looked at were on the West Coast, and I didn't pay much attention to Midwest schools. But Steve Simmons was the head coach here at NIU from 2003 to 2009, and is very good friends with current NIU coach Eric Luzzy. So he put me in contact with Coach Luzzy. And at the time, I was looking at 2 other schools, Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington, and Seattle University in Seattle. Both of those are close to home. And to be honest, of the 3 schools, NIU was probably at the bottom, mostly because I didn't know anything about it. But through my continued discussions with Coach Luzzy and my own research into the academic side, one day something just clicked, and I knew NIU was the school for me. And I couldn't be happy with my decision. I'm in my 5th year of school, my 3rd year at NIU. I've been a 3-year starter, and I'm set to graduate this December with a degree in mechanical engineering. This past summer, I was... Thank you. This past summer, I was lucky enough to have an internship with a company called Raytheon out in Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and I did well enough where they asked me to come back full-time as a full-time employee starting in January. So I'll be heading out there upon graduation. Thank you. To start my adult life. I've been blessed with many opportunities throughout my life through hard work and dedication, most importantly with support from my family and friends. But I couldn't have done any of it without the skills and lessons I learned through athletics. My athletic career have taught me essential life skills such as leadership, time management, loyalty, dedication, sacrifice. And without those skills, I wouldn't be where I am today. Pertaining specifically to my time at NIU, I can tell you with insight into another Division I program, NIU's environment and culture is truly first class. From the administration to the coaches, to the student athletes, to the media guys, to everyone involved, NIU is truly a family in every sense of the word. Even within the guys on my own team, I truly feel part of something bigger, and I can only imagine that's a reflection of everyone involved in making the Husky athletic experience. I want to say a special thanks to Coach Luzzy for taking a chance on a relatively unknown kid, and I want to thank all of you for your time and your support and your donations, because without you, I would probably still be known as a small town kid from Walla Walla with below average height. I know there's a lot of kids with similar situations to my own, and it's through your continued support and donations that these kids will also have opportunities to learn important life lessons and to represent this awesome, fantastic university. Thank you, and go Huskies.